it's good to have you this morning. We have a lot of things to discuss on this morning. And one of the things we're going to be discussing is positive perspectives and also negative perspective impact and positive relationships, and also what more important perspectives or mindsets there is for people to have, and the difference between your dream and your callings.
Okay, that's a whole lot of things to unpack, but I felt that it is definitely necessary to help people being able to gain clarity and the proper tools required in order to effectively achieve the goals that they desire in life.
Amen. Well, you know what? Let's get to it. Let's talk about some of the things that you have overcome to be where you are today.
Well, where would you like me to start?
Wherever you like to start.
I'll go brief from the beginning. As a child, went through a few things, as a lot of us do as children, sexual, physical abuse, that I ended up thinking that I put behind me up until I was about 15 years old, where I thought I was ready to be grown, and I left home and went out into the streets. So at 15, I was expelled from school in the ninth grade, started dealing with the juvenile system, using drugs, hard drugs at 15, and basically homeless. And I did that route all the way up until I was about 30 years of age.
Amen.
I also walked away from God. And I say I walked away from God because I feel like God never really turns his back on us. It's us that does the walking away.
Right.
And so I had a whole lot of what I thought was difficult years, which, because God still was watching me, made it into things that really help me to be the person that I am today, and gives me the tools to help others as well.
Amen, because his word says he never leaves you nor forsake you. So with the, we're going to talk about some of the positive and negative perspectives here. So let's talk about some people don't even know what negative perspectives are because they've just done them for so long. Let's get into the juice of what negative perspectives are.
A lot of times people don't really even know what perspective is. They often mistake the definition of perspective with the definition of mindset. And one of the things that we were talking about before the show is, what do I think is more important, perspective or mindset, and what's the difference?
Amen.
I think a lot of people have been conditioned to believe that mindset is the key.
Right.
And this is what I say. I argue. Mindset is a key, but it's not the key. Because if you have a narrow perspective or a negative perspective, then it's going to fuel the mindset that you have. Our mindset is basically the attitude that we have towards something.
Right.
So your mindset is aligned to your attitude. And of course, your attitude determines how high you'll go, or your aptitude. Your perspective is the way that you look at things. It's the way you interpret information around you.
Right.
So it could be raining to you and be beautiful because you know the rain is needed. It's needed for plants. It washes away all dirt. But someone else might view the same rain as problematic, making them late for work, making them have to get their clothes wet, and it's
hair wet,
that's
hair
right,
messed up,
hair,
all types of things.
and it's causing them to have a negative attitude just because of the way they're viewing the same event. So our perspective is key.
And not only that, too, people are programmed to allow these things to affect them in different
because they have a negative they have a narrow perspective on actual events. And what you were saying about people's conditioning, that's very big on what I do as an empowerment guru, as a personal development person, as I try to get people to realize your conditioning, whether your perspective is yours or if you're taking on someone else's viewpoint of things just because they said it was right or wrong for you. And to really develop your own perspective about things takes a whole lot of courage.